Welcome at the 10th edition of Cultuurfonds Mode Stipendium. It's number 10. And we're very grateful and proud for the amazing group effort between Prins Bernhard Cultuurfonds, our anonymous mecenas with a heart for fashion, and the Dutch Fashion Foundation team, everybody here together. Thanks also to the wonderful journalists who are present today. Not so many as we're used to, but really lovely you could make your time to come. Thanks to all of you, we've been able to become such a stable factor for talent development within the Netherlands. In times where the financial support of the fashion sector is not a given, especially for fashion, we see that subsidy systems are hardly outfitted to create a wholesome, supportive fashion system, reaching from education to supportive, healthy integration of designers in the market. This is where private talent development steps in, and we deem it hugely important, although we are always aware more support is needed to create this wholesome field. The unique and loyal support of our anonymous mecenas is therefore invaluable, and we feel so profoundly supported as we have been able to nurture this solid fashion tree in the Dutch cultural landscape, one step at a time. And it's also the first time that this person can be present with us online. Number 10. A decade where we saw a range of very unique and very diverse designers rise to this honoring of their careers. They all express mutual respect for each other, and together they are a fountain of exemplary talent and perseverance, a beacon for upcoming and future aspiring designers. It is truly inspirational to see what can be achieved by an independent designer, bringing your message to the world through your craft, your creativity, your expression, your head, heart, and hand coordination, the miles you made experimenting, developing, growing, your staying power. For designers to build up their own practice in this sector, we all know it's so very tough. It takes everything: talent, curiosity, self-management, patience, bravery, agility. Do not take it for granted. These designers deserve our support. Even those who had to discontinue their label are of equal importance, as they share their message and experience with same gut in different roles on new ventures. To start this ceremony today, officially, it's my honor to welcome on stage the new director of the Prins Bernhard Cultuurfonds, Cathelijne Broers. With a warm applause. Isn't she lovely? All fashion people were so happy with Cathelijne Broers, you know. You will get like loads of designers wanting to dress you, I know already. Cathelijne, we would like to honor all designers that were previous recipients, but I would love to talk with you a little bit about how do you look back on 10 years?
Yeah, on 10 years, I look back with pride. And as you said, like 10 years, it's a decade, and in which we, in close cooperation with three partners, of course, the Dutch Fashion Foundation, our private donor, and the Prins Bernhard Cultuurfonds. I think we built, in the fast-moving fashion world, we established a platform to honor a Dutch designer and to put a spotlight on him or her as an icon of Dutch fashion design. And I'm proud of that. And I always like to look back, but also to keep an eye on the future.
Yes.
And then I'm thrilled that we know that our private donor has announced that they will continue the stipendium.
Good news.
So we can, in a way, we can say we can start looking for the winner for 2022, but for sure today is the day of the winner for the Modestipendium of 2001, and we keep a spotlight on him for a year.
So this fashion tree can keep growing. That's wonderful.
Yes,
news that you are able also to announce it together on this very special day. We finished 10.
And we stick together. In the plan.
Yes, please. Love that. Well, thank you very much, Cathelijne,
yes,
for this beautiful announcement. And I would really say, beautifully dressed in Ronald van de Kemp, all this and brains too. Well, we're going now to honor, of course, with this day, all designers that were previous recipients. of the Cultuurfonds Mode Stipendium. And as is tradition, today we invite the last recipient on stage to announce the next one and to pass on our famous poodle. But he does so. Oh, really? Sorry, guys. We have a little movie first to watch together. We made a movie specifically for Prins Bernhard Cultuurfonds. Let's watch that. I'll get back to you.
Ik ben Cathelijne Broers, directeur van het Prins Bernhard Cultuurfonds. Het Prins Bernhard Cultuurfonds ondersteunt activiteiten en projecten in de grote breedte van de cultuur en de natuur. Wij zijn trots op talentontwikkeling, dat willen we graag in de breedte stimuleren. Maar in de modewereld is dat ook heel belangrijk, want er is niet zoveel. En samen met de Dutch Fashion Foundation doen we dat al 10 jaar lang. En daarmee zijn we een soort stabiele factor in een dynamische omgeving.
Mijn naam is Hans van Straten, adviseur beeldende kunst. Toen ik kwam werken bij het Prins Bernhard Cultuurfonds in 2006 had ik een enorme drive om iets aan mode te doen. Nou, we hadden het geluk dat we een mecenas hadden die geïnteresseerd was in allerlei culturele projecten, maar vooral ook in mode. En ongeveer tegelijkertijd kwam Ilja Visser, meldde zich bij ons met een idee om een modeshow te houden in het Rijksmuseum, dat toen nog volledig in de verbouwing zat. Nou, we zijn toen met z'n drieën eigenlijk gaan nadenken over wat zouden we nou kunnen doen. Het was ook nog eens een keer crisis. We kwamen erachter van, hoe mooi zou het zijn om een modeontwerper in staat te stellen met financiële ruimte om zich weer volledig op de creativiteit te storten. En dat was eigenlijk de geboorte van het Cultuurfonds Mode Stipendium.
In dit geval is dat helemaal 1 op 1 samen eigenlijk opgegroeid in die 10 jaar in het Modestipendium. En dat is bijzonder.
We staan op het punt de 10e editie van het Cultuurfonds Modestipendium uit te reiken aan een, nou, ik mag wel zeggen, een hele bijzondere ontwerper. Als ik dan terugkijk naar de afgelopen 9 edities, dan mag ik wel zeggen dat het een markant rijtje ontwerpers is. Begonnen met Ilja Visser, Francisco van Bentum, Spijkers en Spijkers, Iris van Herpen, Jan Taminiau, Bas Kosters en natuurlijk ook Ronald van der Kemp. En dit is alleen maar aanleiding om gewoon door te gaan.
Ik weet dat de anonieme schenker graag door wil. Dus laten we hopen dat we kijken naar een rijke en creatieve, sprankelende toekomst.
So I'm going to go back to my favorite poodle story, because we all love our poodle. And as it is tradition, we invite the last recipient today on stage. And he does so, as it was beautifully said already by Hans van Straten in the movie, on behalf of all his predecessors, Ilja Visser, Francisco van Bentum, Spijkers en Spijkers, Jan Taminiau, You As Me, Me As You, Iris van Herpen, Ronald van der Kemp, Bas Kosters en Erik Frenken. Erik, what is this? I hear you do not want to get rid of your poodle.
No, I prefer to keep it.
You prefer to keep it?
Yes, definitely.
But you were very lucky because you got to keep it 2 years.
That's true. That's true. True that.
Yeah. What is this feeling, this attachment to the poodle? What does it mean for you?
Well, of course, it means a lot receiving it, and on forehand, you can't really imagine what it feels like. But when you have it, you start to realize, oh yeah, maybe you are part of this special club, and yeah, of course, it comes with a nice amount of money, which puts you in
Helpful.
Which is helpful, but for me, I really invested in myself, basically, and that was very helpful and very good. And I've had a good time with the money and been able to transform. Yeah. And the poodle, for me, is it represents that change, basically.
Yeah, we should talk with Prins Bernhard Cultuurfonds if we can recreate more poodles for everybody, because I'm hearing this more often. Erik, what has it been like for you to miss out on fashion shows, trade shows, fashion get-togethers? Because you specifically were used to live this rhythm of international fashion business.
In terms of Corona, you mean, right?
Yeah, slowed us down a bit.
Of course, that it has a financial negative input or result. Especially the bigger department stores who were closed for almost a year. They didn't order. They didn't find. They didn't order any new garments or designers, so you lose money. On the other hand, there's a strong boutique around the world who have secretly stayed open. The front door was closed, but the back door was open, so they did everything on appointment.
Cookies.
And this is the only way to survive, otherwise they would have all been gone. Yeah. So I'm very grateful that they continued the business, of course on a bit lower
pace.
Yeah. On the other hand, it also gave me the time to be more relaxed. Since I got the poodle, I started to, I changed a lot of things within my company. I went from 4 collections to 2 collections. I took some time off. Yeah. I've been able to rethink what I was doing, where I want to go to. And this resulted in this kind of a transformation in the couple of last years.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And we made a movie for you too, huh?
Yeah, true that.
Very beautiful movie. Do you want to watch it together?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay.
It really gave me the opportunity to, as I said, reflect. And what I realized is that I needed to change the speed, the depth, but most important, do really without fear, choosing for what my gut tells me what to do. Make tests, make mistakes, make errors, come across coincidences which makes the collection so much better and create something that is the choice to go into fashion in the first place many years ago. In the past years, I've really tried to combine an economical success with creative success. It's still what I'm achieving and what I'm after, but the approach is different. More than ever, I understood through the years that when it's from the gut, when it's your world, your signature, which starts with something small, you make it stronger, you let it grow, you start to act from strength, you start to create something that's unique, you will see that it becomes visible, that other parties want to hang on to that, and together you become something that grows. It's not really relevant where you are, more than ever. I follow my own story, and if you like it, you can click and hang on to it and support it. And when it's unique, and of course I need to get inspired. So that's why I would love to go again to London or Paris or New York or to travel, but you can get inspired by so many things. And I really think it's the research you put into it, the trials, the testing, that will create something. And does it need to fit in somewhere? No, it doesn't need to fit in somewhere. It needs to be so beautiful, and you need to fall in love with it. And then your pink glasses go on, and you will not see the price tag, you will not see anything. You just fall in love with the product. And sustainable for me really starts with no waste. And you know, I can have 1 item made or I can have 1,000 items made, but we will never have left over. I think 80% of sustainability is no waste. Then of course I try to use as much as possible recycled wool, organic cotton. So then it's, to be 100% sustainable is not really easy, but to be at 90%, it's not really a big deal. My advice for the next winner is take your time, of course be patient, and don't spend it all at once. Hopefully also it will give the time to the person to try in one way or another to take the next step, whether it's a commercial step or it's an artistic step or try to use it for a step. That's what I did, and me it helped a lot. My love letter to fashion will be patience. You need to be patient with fashion. You don't need to push her. It's like a tango. You give, you go back, you go forward, you go back. That's the fashion dance for life.
Erik, I loved what you said about the dance for life. You do it also with your partner. You do it together. Yeah. You do this brand together.
True.
So without a big fundament behind, would it be possible for you to do this, be an independent designer and get things going out there?
If it's possible, sorry?
Would it be possible for you without this fundament?
No, you need to have support, of course, one way or another, definitely, yeah.
I want to ask you a quick fashion question. Do you think we will stay through this COVID time doing couch potato looks, or what do you see as a designer? What do you envision? Are we going to go wilder than ever before? Are we going to be free again in dressing up?
No, I think it's time for party dressing. Yeah.
Specifically today?
Definitely.
Well, I think you remember how you felt 2 years ago on this stage, right?
Definitely.
Were you very nervous?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Erik, I just wanted to let you know that besides the poodle, there will be something else. You're not going home empty-handed.
Okay.
So that's for sure. Thank you very much, Erik.
Thank you. All right.
Warm applause for Erik Frenken, 9th recipient. Well, ladies and gentlemen, fashion friends, fashion lovers, we're coming to the official ceremony, the moment supreme where we all have been waiting for, where we will announce the 10th recipient of the Cultuurfonds Mode Stipendium. The Cultuurfonds Mode Stipendium aims to be an incentive for the flag bearers of Dutch fashion who deserve to be recognized and honored for the excellent work, the unicity in their handwriting as a designer, and for the beacon they embody for many generations of designers and aspiring designers to come. I will now share with you the statement of the jury. Bear with me, it's a bit thorough. The fashion designer we honor here today, with a well-deserved injection, unites many apparent contradictions in one strong oeuvre, in one clear, recognizable and authentic fashion handwriting, timeless and edgy, maximal and minimal, conceptual and emotional, poetic and raw, dark and light, glamour and realism, chic and dynamic, fashion and couture, statement and craftsmanship, nowness and long-lasting quality. The idiom of this designer encompasses many thoroughly developed facets, achieved by many years of critical and adventurous self-examination to constantly question one's familiar sense of aesthetics and the acquired design vocabulary of shapes, materials, and techniques, and align them with the now. This too is consistency. This perpetual urge to renew oneself is a sign of the intrinsic motivation that characterizes the designer pur sang. Furthermore, throughout it all, the designer remains loyal to women, whom the craftsmanship ultimately serves, her sensuality and strength, her modernity, and her sometimes serious, sometimes playful urge for self-realization. She's perfectly served by the dualism of classic aesthetic values and the more edgy expression. The power of this designer is also found in the 360-degree sculptural approach of her body, in the above-mentioned tensions between maximal and minimal of use of shapes and not shunning a statement. It is always the wearability that prevails, the embodied reality of an artistic vision. Despite all these admirable qualities, sustainable success of a designer's practice is far from self-evident. The designer has had the agility to constantly adjust and innovate the practice to find the right balance between passion for artisanal excellence and the necessity of level of accessibility, and by engaging in rewarding collaborations and side projects ranging from designing shoes, occupational clothing, to the realm of interior and fine art. And now you all know. who this designer is. The designer has walked a long and seemingly confident path, where it was never the marketing strategy that was guiding, but the ongoing search for the contemporary substance of fashion design. Against the currents of our time, with the quiet elegance and determination, the sublimation of the craft and the interest of women were always at the heart of everything. The designer has maintained all of this throughout the years in full view of the professional work field and the audience. Such stamina to stand there again and again with all your loving perfection and the existential self-doubt that is inherent with every form of creative self-expression. Everyone in this profession knows how courageous and difficult this is, how deserving of our encouragement. If not now, then when does a designer deserve the generous injection of €50,000 and our spotlight in this hour? Dear guests and viewers, dear fashion friends, I will not keep you in suspense anymore. The recipient of the 10th Cultuurfonds Mode Stipendium and the new flag bearer of Dutch contemporary fashion is Claes Iversen. For Claes Iversen, 10th recipient of the Cultuurfonds Mode Stipendium. I will re-invite on stage Cathelijne Broers to support us in this ceremony with a beautiful check for Claes.
Congratulations, Claes. I have here the symbolic check. Due to the corona rules, I cannot give it to you, but we thought this would be a great stage to show your prize, and congratulations.
Claes, it's a bit weird that we can't hug each other, but you all know that everybody out here has the joy in their hearts, and that's a big, giant bear hug from everybody to you. So well deserved. Really, thank you for everything you gave to Dutch fashion. Claes, we made a video with the amazing photographers duo Freudenthal Verhagen, and in partnership with the Rijksmuseum, Star-Studded Studio, they did a soundscape, and we collaborated with the Netherlands Chamber Choir. This collaboration of such strong creative people in our field merged in highlighting your fashion oeuvre, both in a contemporary conceptual way as it was giving it a place in a historic cultural tradition. Shall we watch it together? We thank all the creative team for this amazing video creation. Fashion is married to photography and video, and with the energy of Carmen Freudenthal and Elle Verhagen, it is an exciting and constantly renewing wedding vow. Cathelijne Broers, thank you so much for handing over the check. And now it's our moment also to re-invite the 9th recipient on stage to definitely give away the poodle. Erik Frenken, ladies and gentlemen.
Congrats, Claes. I would say enjoy it.
Thank you. Erik, have you been putting in this little private note? Yes, you did. The private note is for your eyes only, Claes.
Very special.
And you have to hang it on your neck yourself this time. I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, the 10th recipient of the Cultuurfonds Mode Stipendium, Claes Iversen. Wow, that's a ring. You know, Claes, you're really a special one because you're number 10. You're the only one who got a golden ring.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Lucky, the lucky one out there. May I ask you to go on stage here and maybe say your word of gratitude to the people you want?
Yes, I think that's in its place now.
Shall I?
Can I put it here?
Yes, just put it there.
I just want to make sure that I don't forget the important people. So first of all, thank you all for coming. It's a really big honor for me to receive this prize, which is a tremendous recognition for what I love to do. You know, I feel already very happy that I can carry out the work that I do, that I can live my dream in that way. But I'm very grateful for the acknowledgement for this prize on two stages. Obviously, I mean, it's a recognition, and secondly, for the financial support. It means to me that I get a certain kind of freedom, creative freedom. I have the opportunity to further develop myself, broaden my horizon, and go in depth with things I might not have been able to do if I hadn't received this prize. So I'm forever thankful. And in particular, the Prins Bernhard Fonds, Cathelijne Broers and Hans van Straten, thank you so much. Obviously also the private donor who has a big heart for fashion. I mean, I think that's very, very special and unique. The Dutch Fashion Foundation and you, Angélique Westerhof, very grateful. There are some other people in my life who I have to mention as well. Ein van den Hof, thank you for supporting me throughout my whole career and still doing that. I'm also forever grateful. And obviously my team, I can't do this alone. It's been a difficult period, but in those moments, I also realized how important my team is. So Tamara Bodeman, Mark, Marielle, all my interns, rest of the people who come and leave in my company. With you, I make this possible. So thank you so much.
So well deserved. Claes Iversen. And I think I'm allowed to give you this. I so hope I'm allowed to give you this. Yeah.
I'll grab it here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh. We are coming to the end of this official ceremony, but I would like to mention to you that Claes has had a conversation with the curator of costume of the Rijksmuseum, Bianca Di Borce. It is in Dutch, but for those Dutch viewers, later we will put it online also with a subtitle. Please stay tuned and watch this wonderful conversation that they had, because it has been actually in a part of the Rijksmuseum that normally is closed, the ateliers, and they could discuss together passionately about their very different takes on history, fashion, and textile. Dear friends, dear fashion lovers, may I ask you for the last time, a very warm applause for all of you out here, and our gratitude goes out to the 10th recipient, Claes Iversen, and the fact that we could do this for 10 years long with your support. Thank you all so much.